Yo, what's good guys? Medical Gamer over here bringing you a Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi team builder. Now, I actually just made a video for you guys. It was about half an hour long and it was going through my entire thought process. So basically what I did was I used the random number generator and it came up with one Pokemon. That Pokemon you can see right now is the Noivern. And from there, I built a team around it. Someone left me a comment in the, not in the comment section, but they told me over a messenger. And they were like, oh, why don't you just use the random number generator for one Pokemon and build a team around that and basically just show your thought process as you're doing it. So I made a video with my thought process. It was about half an hour long. At the end, I finished it off. I was like, I'm gonna get out of here, peace. And I realized my mic wasn't plugged in. So the entire time, my audio was being recorded through my laptop. My laptop audio, the microphone on my laptop is very, very poor. So the audio quality was just so bad. And I was like, I cannot bring this video to you guys. So I decided that I'm just going to go through my thought process after the fact. So I already have my team here, but I'll just explain everything that I did. Now, most of them I use Smogon to help me figure out what I'm going to do, but I'll just talk about some of the things that I changed up. So as you can see, the random number generator gave me, I think it was 715, and I believe that was Noivern. So Noivern was EYOOOO, so I decided to make a mixed EYOOOO team. I believe almost everyone here is EYOOOO. Actually, Noivern was BL2, Blacklist 2, but it works for EYOOOO, so I am going to use it for EYOOOO. So I decided to give it a Life Orb instead of, it typically has, I think, choice specs. But I decided to go for Life Orb because I don't like choice items too much. I don't like to be locked into a certain move. But that's why I decided that. Abilities, Infiltrator, because that's the best one out of there. Of course, you have Draco Meteor and Air Slash. So I decided to go for Air Slash instead of Hurricane because Hurricane has 70% accuracy. And I was like, there is no way I'm hitting the Hurricane. So I decided to just go for the safer Air Slash. And Flamethrower, and then U-turn so I can get out of there when I need to. And it is a modest nature, so plus special attack minus attack with 4 HP, 252 special attack, and 252 speed. So it's basically like a fast special attacker, essentially. So next guy, by the way, this is Batman. I love superheroes, so named it Batman because it's a bat. So next guy is Mega Steelix, which is Solid Snake, because that's how I named my Onix in the Pokemon Platinum Medlock. So believe it or not, Solid Snake, it's like a snake, it looks like a snake, and it's solid, made out of like steel. So anyways, I went with the moves Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Toxic. Those are all pretty standard to Mega Steelix. And the reason I decided to go with the Mega Steelix was I was looking at the Noivern, I was looking at Batman, and I saw that the weaknesses were Ice, four times weak to Ice, the Rock, and Fairy, and I think that was it. There might have been one more weakness, but I was looking at Solid Snake, and I was like, Steel type is probably the best option because I can combat Rock, I can combat the Fairy, super effective on the Fairy, and also I'm super effective on the Ice, so I was like, let's go with Solid Snake. So I did put Solid Snake. It is a huge physical wall, like just look at that defense, it's ridiculous. So anyways, I have Stealth Rocks, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Toxic, like I said. The ability for the regular Steelix is 30, and then I think for the Mega Steelix it's Sand Force or Sand Veil, one of those sand things with the Sandstorm, but I don't have a Sandstorm team. And it has 4 HP EVs, 252 attack, because I decided to increase its attack, and make it a little bit more bulkier on the special side as well with 252 special defense. Impish nature, so plus defense and minus special attack. So from there, I was like looking at the common weaknesses between them, and I was like, you know, water I wouldn't be too good against. I wouldn't be too good against ground. I do have the immunity with Batman, but things like that. So I was like, why not just put a Rotom-Mow? You got the electric, you got the grass, so it can combat a lot of different types. So I was like, okay, I'm going to actually put a choice item on this because I do have Trick on it. So with Trick, I can get rid of the choice specs if I want to. So I do have that option. But obviously the ability is Levitate with Volt Switch, Leaf Storm. Hidden Power Ice is something I decided to do. I think it might have been suggested on Smogon, not entirely too sure. And Trick, so those are all kind of standard. And for the spreads, I decided to do timid nature, so positive speed minus attack with 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 special defense. So from there, I was like, all right, I really want immunities. I like having immunities. So I was like, why not get a normal type immunity, a fighting type immunity, and a fire type immunity all in one with Chandler. Oh, by the way, I didn't explain the nickname for flying mowers. So Rotom Mow is like a lawnmower that flies in the air. And so I don't know if you guys have ever seen this video. It's like a compilation video of a bunch of different small funny clips. I don't remember what it is, otherwise I would leave a link to it in the description. But basically it showed like there's this lawnmower that's on the ground, and in the background the music to DuckTales, the OG DuckTales, the video game. The DuckTales, the moon theme is playing in the background. And the lawnmower just starts taking off and flying in midair. I don't know why I find it so amusing, but I just think it's hilarious. I mean, it's really not funny when I explain it, but if you see it for yourself, it'll look nice. So anyways, Chandler is a Chandelure. The reason I named Chandelure was because when I first heard of Chandelure, my first thing that I immediately thought of was Chandler from the show Friends, which is an amazing show. I love that show. Decided to go with Flamethrower instead of Fire Blast because I have terrible luck and I would probably miss the Fire Blast knowing me, and its accuracy is 80, so I was like, no way, Flamethrower 100% accurate. And I have the immunity with Flash Fire, not Flash Flyer. No, there are no flyers just flashing all over the place or anything like that. And the Life Orb because I don't like to be choiced, so I decided to go for the Life Orb. Shadow Ball, gotta have that stab. Energy Ball, combat the water types and other types that are weak to grass. And I decided to go for Hidden Power Fighting. Now, another option was to go for a Trick, but I did not want another Trick user, especially with a Life Orb. Why would I don't see why I would ever Trick with a Life Orb. So I decided to go for Hidden Power Fighting, just in case they want to switch in a normal type or a dark type. The main reason is the dark type, because I don't think they would want to switch in a normal type on a Chandelure. So Timid Nature, plus speed minus attack, 252 speed, so 252 special attack, and I decided to just throw in 4 for special defense. Now, next up, I know I needed a water type guy, and I also needed a rapid spinner / someone with defog. So I decided to go with Squidward, the Tentacruel, pretty self-explanatory. The nose, it looks exactly like Squidward. And an item is Black Sludge, standard, Liquid Ooze, also standard, with Rapid Spin, Scald, Toxic Spikes, and Knockoff. I decided to go for a Knockoff just because if I am ever in a pickle and I need to knock off someone's item, I can always just go for the knockoff instead of the Scald in case they have like a water immunity or something like that. And Toxic Spikes are always nice, even though Solid Snake has the Stealth Rocks. If you put both of them, even better. And Rapid Spinner, obviously, to get rid of any hazards that they might have. So I decided to, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but this is my phone buzzing. I don't think you could hear it, but anyways, 252 attack, 4 defense, 252 special defense, so it's really a special wall because we do have Solid Snake for the physical wall and Bold Nature, so a little bit extra defense and minus attack because my attack isn't going to matter, and I'd rather have the speed and not do a minus speed nature. So now I was like, alright, I have one more guy. What do I want to do? I was like, Fairy is a pretty good, I guess it's an offensive type, so I've never used the Sylveon before, so I was like, why not? Let's just use the Sylveon. So Hyper Voice and then Hyper Beam. So I did the calculations. So Pixelate does 1.3 times and then Stab is 1.5 times. So it's like you're multiplying by 1.3 and you're multiplying by 1.5. Now Hyper Voice was about 170 base power. Hyper Beam is almost 300 base power, which is ridiculous. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put Sylveon in. If Sylveon's going to go down to like a Pokemon or something like that, I'll just go for the Hyper Beam. Why not? It's so OP. 300 base damage, that's crazy. And the Psyshock is for the poison types and Hidden Power Fire is for the steel types. Now the ability is Pixelate, of course. Now I decided to go for a Choice Scarf. Most Sylveons have the Choice Specs, but I decided to go for the Choice Scarf because I figured my special attack was already pretty high with 252 special attack. I put 4 in HP, Modest Nature, so even more plus special attack. And with 252 speed, it's only at 111. So I was like, you know what, Choice Scarf, that'll bring it up to almost like 165, around there, 166. So I was like, that's really fast. Maybe I should just go for the Choice Scarf. So I decided to do that, and that is that. Now, once again, I apologize for not bringing you guys the full video with all of my thought process and everything like that, but I really could not afford to re-record a 30-minute video, and I did not want to put that on YouTube, upload that on YouTube, because the microphone quality was just terrible, and there's no way I would want to bring that. But the next team builder, I will try to make sure to plug in my mic before I start recording. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. If you did, please hit that thumbs up down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.